everybody, my name is NobleAsta, or Connor, whatever you feel like calling me today, and I'm here with another One Piece commentary video, because that's all we do here, really. And we are up against my good pal Dorse, love to see it, and they are playing their Perona deck again, and this is a really fun match. So we both drove out there together, and we both took the unexpected game 1 win, and so we were both really excited. And it's always fun when I go to tournaments with anybody that I know, and we carpool out there. I always like to ask them, "Oh, how'd you do? Oh, I hope we get to play against each other." And when I asked Dorse, I was like, "Hey, how'd you do?" And they were like, "Oh, I won." I was like, "Me too." Like, let's have fingers crossed. And we got to play against each other, which is always fun. I love playing against Dorse. They are such a great friend, and I love their little hidden I love that they don't net deck. I think that's really cool that they're trying new things out, and I think in this game it works pretty well for them, honestly. So we good luck, have fun. I go ahead, I get turn 1, I tap my Who's Who, and we are looking for something spicy. You hate to see the jet Gatling in the Who's Who search, honestly, and I cannot stop hitting my recording stand here. So I'm trying to see what I have in hand, and I got the page 1, so we take the ulti. These are all things that I feel like most of this Animal Kingdom deck Reiju can tap. But my thought is, if I flood board, they can only tap one thing. So, turn 2, they get to Dawn and go, and they're trying to figure out what they want to do. And I'm pretty comfortable with my hand. It is some duplicates, but they turn 2, do nothing, pass. It do be like that. So we've got 2 jet Gatlings, which, wow, it's kind of crazy when you think about it. And I just swing all in. Yeah, there was a jet Gatling on top of in the Who's Who search too, man. I was stacked, and they end up taking that life, which makes sense to me. And they are at 4 Dawn now, and they get to draw their card. Their hand is looking pretty massive. Really wish we had that law. I think this list only runs 2. Yeah, really like that law. And they go ahead and play the prettiest Perona card you've ever seen, and they make me trash a card, and I trash 1. Yeah, I think I end up either trashing one of the ultis or the Gum Gum Gatling, and I'm really thinking, and I decide to trash an ulti. Not sure how I feel about that. It's not bad, especially because when they start swinging bigger, yeah. And so they tap Who's Who, swing into Who's Who, and I say, all right, sounds good. And we get to draw for turn. We get another Who's Who. You can't get rid of the boy that easily. We are at 5 Dawn, so I think if I am not mistaken, I go page 1 ulti, and then Who's Who, perhaps? Or I swing, yeah, I go 5 into lead, just to kind of see what they do, see what they're thinking. Yeah, so I think I do end up going page 1 ulti. They trash a Monet. So yeah, I tap 1, bring Who's Who back. And you can see now we have the pretty Black Marias. Dorse had some in their binder, and I was like, it was super funny. He was like, I was looking through his binder, and I was like, where'd you get these? Like, oh, those are so cool. I run them in Animal Kingdom Reiju. And he was like, do you want them? And I was like, no, like, it's fine. And then literally next tournament I play Animal Kingdom Reiju. So after, I was like, no, I don't really play that deck anymore. So pretty ironic to me. So I page 1 ulti, and I go ahead and minus a Dawn. There I go, minus a Dawn, and I get to pull page 1 out, and Reiju ability draw, and we get an X-Drake, which I'm pretty happy about. X-Drake not only is a 2k counter, but I don't know, there's something about making them like, trash a card. Oh, and we were looking at that page 1 because it's really uneven. And I was like, did I get ripped off? Did I buy like a... But it looked like it was an official card, but like the board, like we were looking at the border and the spacing, and like, yeah, that card is super off center. Like, that's wild. So he goes ahead and taps my page 1, and he plays the double attack 5 cost Yamato, which is very scary. So he swings 6 into page 1, and I use ulti as counter to keep alive, and he swings in life, and I go ahead and get another queen, which I'm like, okay, cool. That Yamato is a little scary, not gonna lie. It's an interesting put in this list, but I definitely, as soon as they played that on board, I did feel the pressure there. And I'm looking at my hand, and I'm like, well, I think my only real play here is queen. So I go ahead and swing 5 into Perona just to see what they do, and they go ahead and trash the Rosinante counter out with that, and I'm like, what to do? I end up tapping all 5 to play queen. I was like, don't grab that X Drake, what are you doing? And I minus a Dawn for queen, draw 2. I'm looking, and it's draw 2, trash 1/1. So I go ahead and trash king, I'm pretty sure. Although trashing Kaido wouldn't be the worst play, but I do feel like I end up trashing. Yeah, I trash king. And then Reiju ability, draw 1. I get another queen, dude. I've seen 3 of my 4 queens. You love that for me, honestly. And I go 6 into Perona, and then I think if they let Perona go, I go 6 into life. I'm getting ready. I'm swinging. So they do end up letting their Perona go, and I go 6 into life. And I'm not sure. I don't remember what they did. As I've mentioned in the last several videos, I do end up recording these videos about a week out in advance and doing the voiceovers, just so that when I come home from work, I don't have to always sit and edit real fast, because I do like all the little effects I do when I edit. So it's easier for me to do it in bulk and in way early. So this game was about a week ago, I think, at this point. Which I'm sensing a trend. I think I say that almost every video, but I think it's nice to go back and remember what I did and kind of see what I did, how I did, etc., etc. So he goes ahead and plays the Ice Age, and then he uses an event to trash Queen. Oh no, he doesn't. Oh yeah, it's the resting event. A rested character gets trashed. A little sloppy play there from me, just because it's one of those cards I'm not familiar with. If I can figure out what it's called, I'll put it on screen. But yeah, one of those cards I'm not familiar with, so yeah. So he goes ahead, and they load up their Yamato, and you can see I'm already looking at Jet Gatling, like, okay, how much can I get out of? And so I Jet Gatling, trash a Queen, and then I'm trying to say like how much gets rid of, and then I trash X Drake, which I don't think taking a double attack this early in the game would have been awful. It would have put me kind of low though, so I'm not crazy about that idea. And they go ahead and swing 6 into page 1, and I let them go. It's a bummer, but I feel like the cards I have in my hand are too good just to counter, or the counter cards I have in my hand are too good just to use as counter. Like I need them in my hand. I need them to do the things that they do, especially like the kid. And I'm counting how much Dawn I have and trying to see what my play is here. And oh my god, my dog is beating up her Kenny stuffed animal. If it gets louder, I will pause. And so I go 5 into the Yamato to see kind of what they want to do, and they go ahead and counter with the 2K. What is that? Perona. And yeah, so that hold on. Okay, so I'm going ahead, sorting out my Dawn, seeing what I can do, and I do play Queen just because I feel like I need more cards in my hand, And we end up getting Black Maria and the 7-cost kid, which I love that 7-cost kid. I think it might be this game where I swing and then 7-cost kid. I know I mentioned it last game, but I'm trying to see how much Dawn I have, what the plan is here, and I think I end up trashing. Yeah, I end up trashing Kaido to the Queen ability, and then I draw one for Reiju ability, and we get another ulti, which I'm not mad about. Yeah, so I swing a lot into the Yamato, and I feel like I do put a lot of resources into trying to get rid of the Yamato. I don't know, I feel like maybe playing the Black Maria out here would have been a better play, because then they have two blockers that they have to get around. And, you know, they tap Black Maria, they can't minus and tap Queen, anything like that. So I do end up swinging into Yamato, and I'm just trying to remember what she does, because I have those, but I'm running them in my Odin deck, which obviously isn't. I don't have that together yet. I'm waiting. I have everything but the cards from EVO1 for that deck. Super excited to play that one. But yeah, I swing, and they use the 0-cost event and trash. They trash the new Zoro. I think Zoro's on it. I'll put a picture of it on the screen. They end up trashing that, and I think later we talk about how they felt like that was a misplay, and I kind of agree with that. So they use Perona ability to tap Who's Who, and they Dofi me. They 10-cost Dofi, which is rough, buddy. You know, honestly, I love to see that they were able to get 10-cost Dofi out, because there are some games where they can't get there. And so, like, I mentioned I would rather win a game or lose a game. Like, I want everybody's deck to work, because I know it's incredibly frustrating when decks don't work and you lose because your deck doesn't work. Like, that sucks. So yeah, they go ahead and swing with Yamato. They swing with leader, I counter out. They swing with Yamato, I use Queen to block. And Reiju is still technically frozen. I'm pretty sure I put her back. Yeah, there we go. I was like, come on. Queen is not frozen now, so I could do something there. And I think I'm trying to figure out what my best play is. I've got the 7-cost. The 7-cost, I think, if I'm at 7, would be a pretty decent play. Oh no, I think I'm at 6 if I count it right. Or no, I'm at 7. I'm okay with the kid play. You know, get another blocker. And I go ahead and I play out Black Maria. I'm not mad about it. Like, I know he can, I know they can tap, you know, Black Maria, but in my mind, and let me know if this is not, like, I don't want to say, like, wrong, but if, I always play things out like Black Maria, because then it's like, you can use your ability, and, like, you almost have to use your ability on Black Maria, you know, like, so instead of, like, minusing Queen and tapping it, because if you minus Queen, tap Queen, I'm going to block whatever you throw at me with Black Maria, you know? So, you know, just something that I think about, and I know I've done that a couple times in certain videos, is I've just kind of thought, like, oh, well, this is where I have to, you know, like, I'm going to get you to use your stuff here. Like, I know in one of the Law videos, I was playing Shiraya out a lot against Sakazuki, because I was like, I'm going to make you minus him and get rid of him, like, that way, instead of minusing something I actually care about. So I don't know if that's right, but that's kind of what my thought process is, especially with this Black Maria play, is, you know, they have to tap it, or, you know, I'm going to use it to block something. And that way they can't, you know, I still have Queen and Kid, who are better blockers, to block something. So they end up playing out, right, I just blanked on his name, but that guy, right, oh, it's gonna drive me crazy, I can't believe I forgot his name. And they kill my ulti. So yeah, they use their ability to tap Black Maria, and I'm okay with that. That's kind of what I expected. I didn't know if they had any minusing, but I didn't want them touching Kid or Queen. Realistically, I think I'm saving Queen to block the Dofi hit, or the Yamato hit, and I think I would rather let... yeah, I'd rather let queen go than kid, for obvious reasons, but... yeah, so they go ahead and swing, what is that, 6? They swing 6 with Yamato into Black Maria, and I'm like, yeah, absolutely. And they go 10 into life, and I think there's a world where I end up taking this, just because my hand size is getting a little low. Yeah, I do end up taking it, and we get the page 1. We got another page 1 ulti combo if we want to use it. And they play the Hina blocker, which I like the Hina blocker. It's... sorry, my dog just hit her head on my desk. It's definitely something. I realized that I was having trouble kind of getting around this game, like and planning to like get around it. And I'm trying to figure out how much Dawn I am. I've got my full Dawn, and they're double checking the kid, just to kind of see what they do. And I'm splitting my Dawn out. And sometimes like it helps me to split my Dawn up, but I know that it can be a tell you what I'm doing. So there are some times where I will split it up incorrectly on purpose. I don't know if it fakes people out the way I hope it does, but so I play a 7-drop kid. I get to minus a Dawn, and then I get back active with my other kid. So kid really the MVP of this Animal Kingdom Reiju match. Puts Reiju at 6. I go ahead and I draw another what is that guy? Law, which I'm happy about. So and at this point I think I'm trying to decide, like, they've got 1 card in hand. I could play the blocker Law just to get another blocker on board, or I could page 1 ulti. So I swing 6 into Yamato, thinking that either they block with Hina, or, you know, yeah, and I don't remember what that Hina does. I'll put Hina on board, so I end up swinging 6 with Queen as well. Yeah, they block her with Hina. I think they minused my kid. I think that's what happened there. And they use their last card to counter out. And I'm like, dang, dude, let me kill this Yamato. Yeah, so if I put a Dawn on Queen and swung, I could have. But I think, yeah, I go 4. And I feel like I play out the page 1 ulti. I mean, the page 1 ulti or Law makes sense to me. Law just gets another blocker on board that they gotta deal with. But page 1 ulti, I think it like makes more sense. Yes, thank you, Past Connor. I can tell that you got your sleep that day. You know, you're using your brain cells. And I'm like, no kid ability, you know. And then I'm looking at my board and I'm like, it looks kind of big. This looks kind of big. Oh wait, okay. So I end up getting rid of Who's Who, and that's why I hit my stand there, because I was fumbling and a little nervous there. So I end up grabbing a dice just to try and show that, yeah, he's, you know, Reiju's 6k right now because of kid 2 OP, honestly. Yeah, so I'm sitting pretty, I feel like, at this point. We are one of the last matches to be going on, so we do have some people coming and watching. And yeah, that always, like, I don't know about you guys, but that always makes me kind of nervous when you are one of the last matches and people come watch. Like, I do it, like, I go watch the last match too, but like, I got anxiety, man. I'm just a little guy. But they swing pretty big. What is that? 8. They swing 8, and I think they're trying to get me to... They swing 8 in the Reiju, I'm pretty sure. And I 0-cost event and trash a Law. Not mad about that. I do know they have the double attack. You know, I've got the kid blocker, and that's it. So I do know they have the double attack Yamato and the Ryuma. Dude, why can't I not remember his name? That is so unfortunate. But I end up taking that hit, and I get another Law. Dude, Laws love me this game. So I'm waiting. I'm trying to figure out. At this point, I'm thinking, oh, like, maybe I went a little too aggro when I swung with Queen. Like, I don't think that was the play. I'm hoping that they go into my Queen at some point. and they end up swinging their Dofi into queen, which I'm like, oh, thank God. And they still have a lot of Dawn up, and their double attack Yamato, and granted, double attack Yamato really doesn't do much here, but I don't think they have any cards in hand, so I'm feeling like if I can, like, I think, yeah, like, they can't kill me this turn. I think next turn I have to go for game, and that's kind of where my thought process is here. Is, you know, I survive this turn, and then, you know, maybe they have one card in hand. I thought they didn't have any, but they're deep in that think tank right now, and I don't blame them. This was a rough one. Yeah, okay, they do have one card in hand, and they're trying to figure out, do they want to play that out, or do they want to swing with Yamato? I feel like in this game I did load a lot of resources into I loaded a lot of resources and was unsuccessful into trying to get rid of Yamato, and I think that was a issue there. So they swing into page 1, 7 into page 1, and I go to let it go, and I'm like, oh, actually, I don't know, I'm not sure. So at this point I'm thinking I gotta go. I think I got lethal. I gotta go for it, because I could block her up some more, but they've got some big swings on their side of the field. So I think, yeah, let's see. Yeah, so I swing 5 into Perona, trying to poke and see if I can get that blocker out, and I think here I end up playing the X-Drake to get a card out of hand at some point, and I'm not sure about that. I don't know if that's BM or what have you, but I don't mean anything. It's just, you know. So yeah, they end up having 2 cards in hand because they took their life, and I've got 3 swings potentially, and so I go ahead, I swing 7, I minus the Dawn, I get it back active, which is so good, and Reiju is 6 now, and they get rid of their blocker, and I think here I end up playing X-Drake, and they have 2 in hand, even with, my thought was, at this point was, I was like, oh, they have the 0 cost event, I might, you know, they might be able to counter out of my hits with the 0 cost event. Talking about it afterwards, they can't. Even with the 0 cost event, it would only get them, if I loaded up Dawn, it would only get them so far. So I X-Drake here, make them trash 1 card from their hand, and I trash. So that was why I did that, and I talking to some of the guys after the game, they were like, no, you even with the 0 cost, they wouldn't be able to counter out, and I was like, oh, now I just look like an asshole. So my poor friend Dorse gets all my toxic behaviors, you know, first the bad Beppo play, now the unnecessary X-Drake. But yeah, so that is that game. Honestly, it was really close. I really do like playing his Perona deck. It's I'm unfamiliar, even though they've sent me the list, I'm unfamiliar with their build, and at this point I should, actually look at it, and really, because I've played their Perona every tournament we've been at recently, we've played each other. So yeah, good game to them though. I had so much fun. It's always really fun when I get to play, it's always really fun when I get to play One Piece, but it's always really fun when I get to play my friends, my really close friends. But yeah, honestly, that was a really fun one, and I think I played it pretty well. There were a couple plays that I'm not the biggest fan of, but nothing that I was like, that was fucking awful, that's big for me. So, but that is gonna do it for me today, gamers. If you liked this video, go ahead and hit that like button down below. It helps me out more than you can ever know. Go ahead and subscribe if you are new, and I will see you guys in the next video. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.